Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name's Denarius. I'm the host of this little talk show slash podcast slash whatever the fuck this is, called Vtuber Gaming Talk, in which I invite a Vtuber to talk about video games and video game related topics. And today we have another talk show host, which is not usual for this part of things. So yeah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Scully Sinful. I'm your big bro. And yeah, I do lots of variety content. I'm an artist. I like to say that I make stuff. So that's anything from YouTube videos to, like cool Twitch stuff. So, hello.
Yeah, the textbook definition of a content creator. It doesn't bind you to just one type of content, So, yeah, Big Bro over here is kind of a jack of all trades so far. I would like to admit, at least. His art is really cool. The videos are really cool too. It's making a lot of effort on them, if I say so myself. So yeah.
Yeah, and you're also kind of a big part of that.
Yeah, yeah. The reason why I met Scully over here is because he reached me out as an editor. So yeah, I technically part of that. I would like to admit I like the part I'm doing in here. It's just nice. Anyway.
Oh yeah, and you do great work.
Oh,
great work.
Thank you. I like to admit that I'm showing the years I have on editing. If that makes any sense. But yeah, enough about content. Let's talk about video games. That's why we're here. So the usual starting question I do to get the ball rolling, it's what video games do you consider your favorites? You can give me a list or you can give me one, whatever works for you.
Oh, that's tough. So when it comes to games, I like quite a few, and they're all a little different, right? So I'd say my top three are Sekiro, Final Fantasy 14, and man, okay, this is the tough one. I think I would say Terraria over Minecraft.
Yeah, that's my option too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not it's not my forte. I play survival games, I like them, but it's not my forte. But I have to admit, yeah, of all of the ones I've played so far, which is I think so far 5, Starbound, Minecraft, Terraria, Lego Fortnite was funny enough, and there was one more that I'm not remembering the name of. But so far I have to admit Terraria was the most fun I had. It's the one that inspired multiple playthroughs with a bunch of hours invested in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my god.
And it gets even crazier if you decide to mod it, according to some people. I haven't actually modded it yet, but I've seen some gameplay and wow, it gets pretty crazy.
Yeah. And there's some modders that go above and beyond with some of the mods. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos with theme songs from some mods that get a lot of views, which it's insane. My god.
And the weapons are wild, super cool stuff.
Oh yeah. It gets a little crazier with the mods too, yeah, because it adds a lot of variety. If depending on the mods, you can get a lot more crazy than the vanilla of Terraria. Which in and of itself, it's crazy enough.
Oh yeah, no, but that's one of the coolest things about Terraria is that even in its base game, it's pretty amazing. If you go back and play something like Skyrim, if you've played it modded Skyrim, it's really tough to play vanilla Skyrim. But you can play Terraria on its base form, and it's still gonna be such a good time.
Yeah. Speaking of vanilla Skyrim, that reminds me, I never managed to beat the final boss on vanilla Skyrim. I ended up just doing everything else except beating the final dragon over there on the mountains. It's just, why? After 300 hours, never managed to do that, even when I had powerful gear on myself.
I'm trying to think about it, but I don't think I've ever completed a playthrough of Skyrim. Usually I play it for like a very long time, and like I play nothing but Skyrim for a very long time, right? But then something comes out that distracts me from Skyrim, and then I just drop it like a sack of bricks, and I don't play it for like another 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds very familiar because I actually kind of do that. I just play a game for a couple of hours, if not a few days, and then just blah, done. It's a habit, but hey, what are you gonna do? You get bored, you get distracted, you get something else that catches your attention, and you just go. That's how it works.
Yep.
But yeah. So you mentioned Final Fantasy XIV, right?
Yeah.
How was your experience on that?
So Final Fantasy 14, I wanted to include an MMO, right? And Final Fantasy 14, I actually have a very long history with that game. I originally started playing it after watching a Netflix series called Dad of Light, which was about a Japanese kid reconnecting with his father through the video game. And I thought the game looked cool, and I was like, I want to make memories like this. So a group of friends and I started playing, and it was a pretty good time, except I kind of ended up dropping it because I just didn't really vibe with my class. And it was like, it just didn't catch me very well that first time I tried. But then COVID happened. And Lila, my wife, had been playing the game for a while, and she was like, hey, you should play. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't really like it the first time. It might not just be my kind of thing, you know? But with the pandemic, I was like, you know what? I got a lot of free time. I'll give it a shot. And then I started playing it, and I'm like, not really enjoying this. I don't know. I'm not really vibing with this yet. And then something just clicked at one point. I think it was when I got Dark Knight, which is a class in the game. But everything about Dark Knight I adored. And from there, I got like really engrossed in the story. And it took up my entire like 2020, 2021 years.
Nice.
I was just playing Final Fantasy 14. And yeah, it has a very, very special place in my heart.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it usually, it depends on the game, but it usually takes time for something to click on that game. The sooner it happens, the better, so you get invested early on, but it's cool that you had that motivation to do that. Yeah. Hell, there are some games that if it wasn't for other people, you wouldn't even try it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, I have an example of it. I usually not good with first-person shooters. Like, if it wasn't for a group of friends just grabbing me by the neck and say, "Hey, we playing Rainbow Six, and we invest on it." And thanks to that, my aim improved a lot, even though I have eye problems.
Gotcha.
And
Rainbow
now-
Six is really funny. I tried it one time and I was like, I don't literally like this. Mostly just because I was getting my ass handed to me over and over again. I'm like, I'm not vibing with this. And I started playing Titanfall. So
Nice. That's a way better option because you get super paranoid once you've played enough Rainbow Six. Like, everything around you can kill you, or something can come up from the walls and kill you. So better watch out for your surroundings. Like, you start paying attention to the little sounds, like footsteps or someone shooting from the other side of the building. It's intense, to say the least.
Wild.
Yup. Oh, good lord. But yeah, good thing you got invested on that. I am not paying for that subscription anytime soon. I've seen horror stories of people just trying to make a Square Enix account to make that work. It's insane. My God.
I honestly don't think it's that bad, but I'm like the kind of player who just starts and cancels my sub like via month. It's like, will I probably be playing a lot this month? No, then I'm gonna cancel my sub. Am I gonna be playing? well, yeah, I want to play the game again. Then I resub and I play it for however long I want to. And then if I'm like towards the end of the month, I'm like, I don't really know if I'm going to keep on playing the game very much, and I just cancel it.
Okay.
But it takes a special kind of player to do that, because it requires a lot of like thinking critically, like, and looking forward at new game releases. Like, oh wait, no, I think Pal World's coming out soon, so I'm probably not going to be playing too much of Final Fantasy. You know?
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, you need to keep an eye on your subscriptions, and that takes dedication. Yeah. That takes a lot of dedication. Yeah.
See, I'm good about it with Final Fantasy, but like I have like 4 subscriptions to streaming services that I used for one show, and I cannot track them down. So it's like, you got a Paramount Plus bill. It's like, what the fuck? I don't remember. When did I sub to Paramount Plus? Through how?
For a free trial, you forget. Yeah, it happens. Oh, good lord. If I actually was like thinking on getting myself the Xbox Game Pass just in case to try out some stuff, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a good investment, because the reason why I want it is because I want to have all the Yakuza games on one like single platform without like paying for all of the games all at once. Even though I kind of have the majority of them, I'm missing a few. Like I wanted to like have a collection of Yakuza games completed on stream, and so far I'm on the 3rd one, which I still have up until the 5th. I'm missing... Wait, no, up until the 6th. I'm missing the last 3 games that released recently.
Okay.
So
that's still a pretty decent amount of games to get through.
I mean,
that's a few
Yakuza
hundred
games.
Hours or so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Yakuza game, so it's going to take a while for just getting through the story. I think it took Yakuza Kiwami 1 took, I think, 5 to 7 streams, if I remember correctly, 2 hours each. So that's a lot.
I remember playing one Yakuza game. I don't remember if it was Zero or Kiwami. I just remember there was an RC car minigame, and I spent like 3 hours playing that, and then I dropped the game.
Yeah.
And I haven't finished or played any Yakuza games since.
Yeah, no, that's Yakuza 0. It's either 0 or, if I remember correctly, Kiwami 1, yeah. But still, though, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. I started playing mini games, and then I just started playing the race car game a lot, and then I was like, oh, huh.
Did you get invested in that?
And then I just never played it again, which feels bad because I've heard good stuff about them.
Oh yeah, they are great. Without going into spoilers, they are all great. Oh, but yeah. Question: what was your favorite game that you gave me on the top 3? Like the first one you mentioned?
Sekiro.
Sekiro, right? You're familiar with Souls-like, it seems, right?
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay. Outside of
my
Sekiro,
first Souls-like was Bloodborne.
Ah, there it is. Waiting for the PC port still, do you?
That sucks.
It sucks, dude. I guess we just have to rely on Lies of Feast then to keep us waiting for that.
I've always been a big PlayStation guy, so it was like one of the games I was really excited for. I can actually remember the first time I learned about Bloodborne. It was from... Are you familiar with GameStop?
Yeah, the store for video games you guys have from the US. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Okay,
with.
So they had like this card, right? So it was like a platinum membership card or something like that. And it would give you like a bunch of stuff for the store, but it would also give you a subscription to Game Informer magazine.
Ooh. And
back then, we didn't really have these like YouTubers who would cover like all the upcoming games and blah 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 blah. So I would actually read this magazine like front to back, and was like, okay, time to learn about like cool stuff. And there was an issue that covered Bloodborne. Ooh. And it just sounded so amazingly dark and cool. The images they had of the game just were so striking. They had like little blurbs about trick weapons, and I thought that was the coolest concept ever. So, despite never having played a From Software game, I was super, super, super excited for Bloodborne, even before it came out. And when it actually did come out, holy hell, was it a time and a half to get through it. But it was so worth it. It was so, so fun.
Okay, it wasn't false advertisement. Good to know.
Oh yeah, no, it was amazing, amazing, amazing.
Nice. Okay. So, okay, Bloodborne and Sekiro. Any other you have tried?
Yeah, I've tried Dark Souls 3, Demon Souls, Elden Ring.
Okay, the classics. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't played 1 or 2 yet, so.
Okay,
But
how was the
all the
Demon
ones,
Souls?
yeah.
How was the
Demon Souls? That was the remake. I played it on PlayStation 5. It was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Ah, okay, cool. So you have a PS5 right now. Any games you're
Yes.
looking forward for it?
At the moment, I kind of had like the realization, like, man, I really don't know what's coming out next year. Like last year was so exciting for video games. It was like you got stuff like Final Fantasy 16. You got some like pretty crazy stuff, but there's no game I'm looking forward to particularly for PS5. I'm looking forward to the
2023 was crazy, yeah. You're looking forward for
Oh
it?
yeah. I'm looking forward to the expansion to Final Fantasy 14. That one comes out in summer, but that's, you know, on PC, and it's going to be on Xbox and also on PlayStation.
Yeah, but still counts.
Yeah, but other than that, man, I'm maybe Red, or what is it called? Assassin's Creed in Japan.
Oh.
But I don't know. They haven't really released too much information about that project yet. It's just, I know ever since I was young, I really wanted a ninja Assassin's Creed, you know?
Oh, yeah. There was technically one already for, I think, the DS or the 3DS. I don't remember correctly.
I thought that was in China.
I think there was like one in China, one in Japan, and a third one in another Asian region, but I don't remember if that's the case. Like, take that with a grain of salt because I'm not sure if that info is correct. But I think there was before a ninja-inspired Assassin's Creed, but I think it was a 2D platformer.
Gotcha. But yeah, I've been craving like a mainline one that's set in Japan because I don't know. That sounded really cool. And then Ghost of Tsushima came out. I was like, oh sweet, that's exactly what I wanted. But it's gonna be kind of cool to see one that has, you know, Assassin's Creed lore and all of their fun animus shenanigans, which I always really enjoyed.
The hidden kunai will be cool. That sounds like a good idea.
Hidden kunai with chain.
Yeah. And you can literally just cosplay Scorpion on that shit and just bring people in for a quick kill. Oh, that sounds fun actually. And I thought just throwing an axe to people would be fun with the with Valhalla, but hey. I already got my fix on tomahawk type of weapons with I think Assassin's Creed 3, but honestly,
with Connor.
Yeah, with Connor. But honestly, I will actually try Valhalla when I get the chance. Because the Nordic inspired aesthetic with the Vikings and stuff, ooh, that calls my attention more than...
I will say, as much as I enjoyed Valhalla, it's way too long. It's... So there are long games that can keep you engaged for that length. Valhalla wasn't able to keep me... It wasn't able to keep me for that long. Like, I had a really good time while I was playing it, but eventually it like started slowing down, and I was maybe hour 100 out of like 300, and I was like, I don't think I want to keep on playing this.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those games that if you really vibe with it, you're going to end up playing it for so long, so long. But if you ever like start slowing down in the game, it's really hard to gain your momentum back.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like an accurate description for most like recently released Assassin's Creed games. Like, if you really think about it, we've been like that since what, Brotherhood? No, maybe even later than that.
I know Odyssey did a good job with its story. Like, the story for Odyssey was good enough that it managed to keep me engaged that entire time. And I was like, okay, let's see what happens. But yeah, I definitely think it was one of the failings of Valhalla, which sucks because I did like a lot of their systems and a lot of the weapons.
And the aesthetic for the Nordic environment was really good too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a classic Assassin's Creed type of thing, like massive maps, massive buttloads of content you have to go through, missions and stuff. I'm guessing also fast travel and towers like the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, speaking of Ubisoft, have you checked out the recent Prince of Persia game they released?
I've seen like trailers for it, and for whatever reason, it didn't really grab my attention.
Maybe it's because it's a Metroidvania. It's not like the usual like old PS2 Prince of Persia. It's kind of like going back to the old Prince of Persia, like first one, but way more polished and modernized.
Yeah. Crazy enough, I do like Vetrovanias though. Like I really love Hollow Knight. That's one of my favorite games of like all time.
Oh, nice.
It's like in my top 5.
Nice.
But I don't know. Maybe like the aesthetic of it, but Prince of Persia just didn't grab me the same way. Like
Maybe.
it was a very much like, yeah, this looks cool. I don't know if I'm gonna play it, but it does look cool.
Yeah, I mean, I want to try just for the sake of Metroidvanias, most of it, because the aesthetic, it was like, meh. It's like, it looks cool, but not enough to grab me, you know? I like the graphics though, and the designs. The designs are really good. But I'm not here to sell games. I'm here to talk about them. So, any releases like outside of the PS5? Any releases out that you're looking forward outside of like the ones you mentioned?
Power World, which I think comes out next week.
I think so. Polyworld. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Pokemon game with guns.
Pokemon game with guns, and I saw a trailer like a few minutes ago, if not an hour. That there's also resource management with them.
Yeah, like you can you can make your Pokemon work in a sweatshop building you guns. And vehicles, I think is what I saw.
Vehicles, like... and I think I saw a farm with water type of Pokemons just watering the plants and everything. It's actually
which is awesome.
It's
That's
actually
such a
how
fun concept.
It's actually how you imagine like the background cities and towns on the Pokemon anime, how they will work. It's actually really nice.
But yeah, Power World's a big one. That one looks really interesting, and I really want to give it a shot.
Yeah, me too. Also, hey Addy, welcome. But yeah, Polyworld has been in development for a long time, if I remember correctly, right?
I haven't really been following development too much on that game, but yeah, I just kind of like popped in for trailers and been like, that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
And I saw that this coming out next week. I'm like, okay, cool. I gotta try it out.
It's kind of uncanny seeing the model of the weapon with the model of the trainer just shooting at people with that third-person perspective. It's just
yeah,
it's funny.
It's cool though. It's neat.
Yeah, it is. Also, yeah, everything good over here, Eddie. Welcome in. Yeah. So, what else? What else is coming? This year is pretty packed up, like on February, if I've noticed, and the end of this year, okay. But I think out of the releases that coming up in February, if I remember correctly, it's Tekken 8, Persona 3 Reloaded, and there was one big one.
P3.
P3 Reloaded. Oh man.
Yeah, everyone played P3 really bad. I haven't actually ever completed a playthrough of Persona 3.
Okay.
So, I played Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5/Persona 5 Royal a lot. So I'm excited for that.
I will recommend you going through Persona 3 Vanilla and Fez if you have the chance. because I'm not sure if they are going to include this on Reloaded, but it will be nice they include the second story there is on Persona FES. Like,
Yeah, I've heard something about a female protagonist and something like that.
No, this is not from the PSP. This is a second PS2 release for Persona 3. So, long story short, you have two playthroughs on Persona 3 first.
Okay.
The main one, which is the classic Persona 3 playthrough with the male protagonist and stuff. And then you have the second one, which is the answer. In the answer, you have a second playthrough of Persona 3, but with mechanics of the Shin Megami Tensei series.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not that cool because it's difficult as shit. You have to resource management.
Challenges are fun.
Yeah, but this one, it gets a little bit too much, at least on my end. But hey, if you're up for the challenge, go ahead. Just play through the first campaign first, and then go to the answer because it's a direct continuation. What I'm hoping is they include that story on Reloaded, because the story, even though it can be a little finicky on some areas, it's kind of important too. Because it's actually canon on the rest of the games.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a long story short without spoilers. So if you are on the chat and seeing me saying that, go and play it. It might be difficult, it might be frustrating, but go ahead and play it. It's worth it. That's the most praise I'm going to give the answer though, because yeah, I have my rough patches with that. But anyway, changing a little bit of a topic, right? Have you ever played any fighting games?
Yeah, like a few.
Anyone in particular you would like to mention?
I played a little bit of Guilty Gear, a little bit of Persona 4 Ultimax,
Nice.
a moderate amount of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and a lot of Smash, I guess.
Yeah, that counts. At least, maybe Sakurai say the opposite, but I count it as a fighting game, if I'm being honest. It's a different type of fighting game. That's why there's like a whole genre around it. The platform fighter, if you will.
But yeah, I think those are the main ones I played.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Have you ever...
Do you count Lethal League as a fighting game?
Actually, yeah. Actually,
okay, then Lethal League too.
Lethal League and Windjammers, you can consider them both a sort of a fighting game. But I don't know, it's like a finicky line between a sports game and a fighting game. It's weird. But yeah. Have you ever thought of giving another like series a shot?
Maybe. Fighting games aren't normally my thing. Like, they're too hard for me.
Yeah.
But I guess like that. That's probably the best way of saying it. Yeah, like they're too hard for me. Like I'm the kind of guy who would definitely spend like 100 hours trying to platinum a game, but I wouldn't be the guy to spend like 5 hours trying to master a combo string, you know?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like, fighting games at the beginning are hard, and when you click on it, you need to invest a lot of time on practicing what you can do and what cannot. And if you want to go even further than that, you want to learn how to counter specific thing, what moves has priority over what, and yeah, it's a lot of things.
Yeah, that sounds like a giant hassle.
I mean, I play fighting games on my own. Like, I played a lot of fighting games, and honest to God, I am not going for competing level. I just play for fun, and I would like to get good enough so I can just play easy enough so I can rest easy on like a middle tier level of rank mode, or I just don't want to get washed up by anyone. By everybody. Because it happens.
Speaking of getting washed up, oh my gosh. I played Guilty Gear Strive for the very first time on stream. And chat did not go easy on me. Streamers who raided into me did not go easy on me. I don't think I won a single match that entire 6-hour long stream.
Oh, that will
was
happen
just
a lot.
kidding.
Yeah.
I was just getting beat on nonstop. It was brutal.
Oh yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like every time, okay, so every time I play fighting games by my own, I'm fine. Like I'm just in my level. I'm getting beat up, but I'm also beating ass. So I'm kind of good in that position. But when it comes to someone inviting me or me inviting someone that I know plays fighting games, I'm going to get my ass whooped. Like, no joke. Like, I'm going to get, like, 10-0, no issue at all. And I'm kind of good with that because I know that the person is also playing fighting games a lot, and he plays better than me, so I'm good with that. But still, though.
Oh, you want to know what's one of the most entertaining fighting game pieces of content I've ever watched?
Okay. What is it?
It was for Guilty Gear Strive.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, this guy set up a fighting game tournament with a bunch of his friends.
Yeah.
The caveat, though, was that none of them had really played fighting games, or even games in general.
Right.
So, have you ever watched a Little League basketball game?
Yes.
Then you'd know that, in a lot of ways, it's even more entertaining than professional basketball.
Yeah.
They're just little dumb babies just trying their very best to somehow win, and that was what this entire fighting game tournament was. And it was so entertaining because people were just mashing. They would sometimes do like higher level tech on accident, which is always the funniest shit. And yeah, it was just super entertaining. And I wish there was more like chances for content like that to come out, because it was just a good time. It was like 3 hours, and I watched it. I couldn't stop watching. It was so entertaining.
It is super entertaining seeing you people just fight each other. It's just, you can get the craziest shit ever, or you can get the most lamest ass stuff possible. Like just people spamming the fireball, or just, I don't know, just cornering someone and no one knows what to do. It's
Yep, and it turns like very basic thing that people take for granted into very hype moments. Like one of the players was playing Happy Chaos.
Oh nah.
So one of the biggest moments was when that player learned how to reload.
Oh no.
And suddenly they were like, "Oh, I can now use my gun," and it was cool because it was like, yeah, that's basic. That's a basic thing every Happy Chaos player knows how to do. It's one of the core mechanics. But obviously, these guys had never played before, so they had to learn even the basics of the basics.
Oh my. Oh.
But yeah, it was awesome.
That reminds me, this might not be like beginner level, but there was one video from Russian Badger. He made a tournament of Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, cool.
And he invited a bunch of friends too. Some of them have played the game before, and some of them have not, Russian Badger being one of them. And he was being trained by one of the best players for Marvel 3 to ever exist, at least as far as I know. So the caveat was he was the final opponent on the tournament for 50k and a pair of J's. So the people were going in. Some people were just doing a bunch of bullshit, like using Hulk Gamma Wave over and over again. It's just
so cheap.
Yeah, super cheap. Some people using Virgil like usual.
Yeah, Virgil.
There were at least 2 people using Virgil.
I assume that you've played Marvel vs. Capcom 3, right?
Yep, pretty much.
What is your team?
I haven't played enough, but the usual team I go to is Deadpool, Captain America, and I think Iron Man. If I have to change up the team, I usually go with Ryu.
Okay.
Ryu, I think Nova, And I don't remember the last one. I was between either Spider-Man or well, Cap. I usually like playing Captain America. I recently started playing since I passed through the whole DMC series recently. I started playing a little bit of Dante. Oh my god, that was super fun. Good lord.
Yeah.
Dante can get super crazy with the combos if you know what you're doing. My god.
Oh, yeah. Dante kicks ass.
Yeah, it does. My god. And I recently like tried modded characters too. Like I tried Asura.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
There's mods?
There's a metric buttload of modded characters right now. There is
I hadn't really thought about modded like Marvel vs. Capcom because I've only ever played it on console.
Yeah, modded Marvel 3 gets crazy. Recently they released a secret character type of mod that allows you to play with modded characters and regular characters on the same team, which before wasn't possible because some modded characters overwrite the original character in one of the costumes. So it made it impossible to select that character in the same team. So in that modded version, I tried Asura. I think I tried Red She-Hulk, which basically has an install super that makes her literally sole bad guy. It's literally just sole bad guy.
That's awesome.
Then I think I tried Spider-Gwen, which I think it's a little bit faster than regular Spider-Man, but I'm not sure on that. And I think she also has an install that transforms her into the Venom form from the comics.
That's cool.
That's cool. Really nice. And there was one character that I wanted to try. I think it was Ultron. They managed to put Marvel Infinite Ultron into Marvel 3. That's
also cool.
Incredible. Some of these days I need to install the mod, and I need to reach you out so we can try it out on Parsec. That'd
be fun.
That sounds really fun. There's also one other thing I wanted to do, and since I recently got the I don't know if you have the Scott Pilgrim versus the World video game on Steam or
I have it on PlayStation.
Damn. I don't think it has crossplay, damn it. Because I wanted to invite you to just get a playthrough together, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. It would be fun. I'd be down.
Yeah. There is also, funny enough, speaking of Scott Pilgrim, I found out there is like 3 VTuber models of like Scott Pilgrim characters. You have Scott, Ramona, and Kim. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I need to send that to you later. You will get a kick out of it if you wanna just do art with Scott Pilgrim as a model.
That'd be really funny.
I was actually thinking using the Scott model to do the like playthrough of the game. Just for shits and giggles. That sounds actually really nice.
No, that sounds really cool.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm trying to finish one game first before starting Scott Pilgrim, because when it comes to that game specifically, I wanted to have a playthrough with every single character and get all the endings as a completion requirement for the list. Because for those who don't know, I also stream outside of the show playing video games. And one of the things I like to do is completing games on stream, so I can have an archive of the games I've played so far on my streaming career. So for 2024, I set up the goal of finishing this game called Dark Sector. The game is basically a prequel / spiritual predecessor of Warframe, right? It has a lot of reference to Warframe, and it has a few things that are way too close to the actual like Warframe itself. So I wanted to finish that before a big update that comes out later on this year that sorta connects the game with Dark Sector with Warframe, but I will not know that until I finish Dark Sector and get that update up. So that's one of the goals. Once I finish that, I will start with Scott Pilgrim for sure. I have it installed and everything, waiting. It's on the dock.
Just waiting for the time.
Yep. Waiting for the time I'm just hop on and enjoy the vibes of that game, because holy shit, I haven't listened to the OST this whole time since we've made that video. Oh my god.
It's such a good OST, isn't it?
Yeah, good lord. The sub-boss theme and the fucking Matthew Patel theme, it's just the best. My god. And I didn't want it to go farther than that because I wanted to like actually experience it on the game. Like I haven't listened to the rest of the boss themes or the level themes, outside of the ones you give me for the video and the ones I decided to listen to myself. So yeah, so far so good.
Man, I haven't really played that many brawler beat 'em ups in a while. Even though I want to try River City Girls, that's one I really wanted to check out.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one that I wanted to also add to the list.
I really like the character designs that one has.
Oh yeah.
Just pretty woman.
Yep, pretty much. Like the girls themselves are really cute, and I'm kinda surprised how they fight. Like being so small, having all the other like enemies being either really muscular or hulking type of enemies. It's kind of weird, but I like it. Like it a lot.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Skullgirls in that way.
Yeah. Which, oh my god, I'd say it's been a minute since I've played Skullgirls.
Oh yeah, I haven't played Skullgirls in years. Holy shit.
Yeah. It got recently, I think the last character just released. Like the last character ever.
Oh, okay. I was like, they're doing more characters still?
I wanted to believe there isn't, but who knows? They revived the game before, they can do it again if they want.
Yeah, I guess. Goddamn.
Like, my god. Thank to the mobile game for that, I guess.
There's a mobile game?
Yep. I didn't even knew that until I like randomly on the App Store I was scrolling down for one of the apps I needed for chat, but like way earlier on my career. I scrolled down and I see, wait, Skullgirls has a mobile game? And yeah, it's a completely different game too.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I remember really enjoying this fucking, what's it called? Titanfall like 2 mobile game. I played it a whole lot. I don't even know if it still exists though.
It might not be, but who knows?
I don't think it does. I feel like it's been a while.
I mean, fans are crazy enough to just revive it if they want. Have you ever heard of a mobile game called Spider-Man Unlimited?
No. No.
Oh, okay. So this mobile game was like discontinued, I think 2-3 years ago, and it was basically just a Temple Run clone with Spider-Man like characters.
Oh.
Like it was literally just Spider-Verse before Spider-Verse. You have a metric butler of different Spider-Mans and Venoms and stuff. It was cool as shit.
Gotcha. Yeah, when it comes to mobile games, I've only ever really played a few seriously. Like I have puzzle games, I guess. But I've never really had games aside from The Walking Dead by Telltale, right? The first one.
Yeah. That was that was for mobile too?
Yeah, I played it on my iPod Touch.
Oh, nice. Oh,
and also for my iPod Touch was a game called Infinity Blade, which is still probably my favorite mobile game of all time.
Infinity Blade, huh? Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, Infinity Blade, really cool, really cool game. Shame that you can't play it anymore though. Like really big shame, because it was a cool ass game, and I wish something would be done to revive like that IP, because it's just a really cool setting and atmosphere, and I wish we had some way to relive that. Like a Souls-like Infinity Blade game would be amazing.
Yeah, I need to check out on that, because I had never heard of Infinity Blade, if I'm being honest.
Really?
I need to check on that.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's really cool. It's one of those games that got lost with time as it got delisted, but it was one of Epic Games' first mobile success stories. And it
Hmm.
made them a shitload of money on the Apple Store.
Until Fortnite came out and disappeared.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Infinity Blade was even in Fortnite for a while.
Oh,
Like the Infinity Blade. So it's like this weird thing that they sometimes acknowledge, but there's no games you can actually play at the moment.
damn. What the hell? Oh no. Okay. I actually need to check on that. Maybe I'll give it a look later. Infinity Blade out. I need to take a note of that. But yeah. Speaking of Souls-likes, have you ever tried a game called Code Vein?
Code Vein, yeah, I've tried playing it like 4 to 7 times.
How was it? Because if you give it so many tries, it's because there's something you like, but it doesn't click.
Yeah, so okay, I played the demo a bunch, and I was like, okay, cool, this game's awesome. Then I bought the game, and I started playing it on stream. I did a single stream of it, and then I just didn't play it again. I just started playing other stuff, and I don't know why I dropped it so hard, but I've done that a few times at this point, and it just can't get a win. It just can't get a win for me. I don't know why.
I mean, it makes sense because it's an actual anime-inspired Souls-like. So it sounds like a recipe for success there for you. But when it doesn't click, it just feels even more frustrating than usual. Isn't it?
Yeah. I do like all the cosmetics, and like the character creator was really cool. But I don't know, it just wasn't a vibe, which sucks because I really wanted it to be a vibe.
Yeah, it sounds like something you would like to be to vibe with. Like, I actually would like to vibe with Souls-like games, but I cannot get my head around it. Even though I tried different, like, way different looking type of Souls-likes, I never clicked with. Like, I cannot. Maybe it's because I'm way too like. I want to go in, fuck shit up, do a cool combo, and get out. Basically,
Right.
DMC brain, basically. Because I have that mentality. Maybe it's because also I play fighting games a lot, and I would like to just get some stuff together. But yeah, it's just doesn't click.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, I have to admit, I'm kind of tempted to give another Souls like a shot, which is Lies of P. I will absolutely.
Lies of P,
love to
100%
give a
worth
shot.
it.
Yeah, I will absolutely.
100% worth
love
it.
that.
I adored Lies of P. It was one of my favorite gaming experiences of last year.
Yeah,
So good.
many people
so
say
good.
the exact same thing you just said. Yeah, everybody
Mhm,
loved that game. That and Armor Core. Actually, another one I want to give a shot. But yeah, Armor Core also it's a pretty cool game. I would like to try. Seems like a little bit way too empty for a giant mech game, but hey, you never know.
Yeah, I really want a new Titanfall. I want a Titanfall, but hear me out.
I hear you.
Instead of guns, it's all melee based. Like I
Oh.
want Iron-Blooded Orphans Titanfall. Like you can still shoot on the ground, right, as a pilot.
Yeah,
But in the mechs, they're all melee based mechs. How fun would that be?
that will be super nice actually.
That'd be so kick-ass.
Yeah, that will be something similar to some Gundam models, just having either a sword, a club, or just a giant pair of arms, just to beat the shit out of something else. It will be nice, actually.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I loved Iron-Blooded Orphans so much over all other Gundam, is just they used melee weapons way more than they used like guns or like beam weapons or anything else like that. And I adored that because giant robots beating each other up with swords, maces, and hammers is just the coolest thing.
Yeah, pretty much. every time I think of a robot just beating the shit out of something, I think of this one scene from Mega's XLR, just beating the shit out of a building and then shooting the living crap out of it. It's just funny.
Yeah. Yeah, giant robots are so cool.
Yep. Giant robots are really, really cool. That makes me a little bit sad because I keep remembering Gundam Evolution and how sad that story is. Like,
man, Gundam Evo.
On the region I live, I couldn't even play the game. I had like literally 3 friends that were super into like Gundam and mechas in general, and one of them really wanted to play some matches with me because he knows I'm technically still into Overwatch. And that game was pretty much Overwatch with giant mechs. So he wanted to play with me. I checked out Steam, it's not there. Why? Because it's region locked. And when the game decides to not be region locked anymore, they close out the servers.
Yep.
That's bullshit, bro.
They extended the region lock to everybody.
God damn it.
The region lock was nowhere, so nobody gets to play anymore.
Oh man. And just when they released a new mech and an update for the game too. Like just a few months later, servers close. Goodbye. Oh, dude. Speaking of games that just closed out a few months after release, have you ever tried a little game called Rumbleverse?
Rumbleverse, the wrestling one? The wrestling battle royale?
Yep, that one.
Yeah, no, I played it.
Dude. It's just it hurts me every time I remember it because I dedicated a buttload of hours to that game. On stream and off stream. I played a lot of it. I loved it. But
yeah, I played a lot of the betas, but I don't think I actually played the actual game launch.
The actual game on launch was kind of good. Like, at the beginning it was a little bit dry because after a few matches you've seen everything and you know how to work it. But the few updates later, the game got pretty interesting. Like, new zones, new weapons, new moves. Everything was looking up to be really good. And then a few months later, everything closed.
Gotcha.
That was so sad, dude. I even wanted to make a video, but there was already a video out with all the thoughts I had blasted in with actual like real footage. So yeah, that basically just did everything for me.
Gotcha. Hell yeah.
Yeah. But hey, I enjoyed my time on that game. I will not die on that hill that the game was bad. That was a really good game. That was a really
it was fun when I played it.
Yeah. I just wish it was more appealing to everybody because yeah, I get it. The graphics are not good. Like the aesthetic of the characters. They're stylized.
Yeah, it's stylized.
It looks like
because the
characters.
graphics are perfectly like fine. They're like great actually.
Yeah.
It's just not a lot of people vibe with the art style, which is fine, but I thought the art style was one of the coolest parts about the game.
Honestly, yeah, it was all over the place in the good way. Like, I like the different body types, the different type of costumes, and how those costumes fit on the different body types. It was really interesting to look at.
You know what's a game that I'm sad we didn't get more of?
Which one?
Or not that I'm sad that they didn't get more of. I don't know. It's this, what was it actually called? Oh no, I forgot the name of it. It was a battle royale, but it was a melee battle royale.
Melee battle royale.
Oh man, what is the name of this game?
That sounds oddly familiar. We're both blanking here.
Yeah.
Melee-based battle royale. Hold on, let me.
Is it? Oh, Naraka Blade Point. I think is what it's called.
That's still a thing.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's even more of a thing right now, if I remember correctly, because recently they went free to play.
Oh no way!
Yeah, they went free to play. Naraka Blade.
Yeah, there it is.
That was a game that I kept my eye out since the release of the game, and I was waiting patiently for the day they just release it free to play, or for me to just buy it. because it was super interesting to have like an Asian-oriented type of melee battle royale. It was such a good idea. Practically just because of the melee combat itself just grabbed me in. It was super interesting. But yeah, if you want to try it out on any other platform that you don't have the game, you can now do it because it's free to play. And I think they have cross-save. I want to think they have cross-save.
That's really cool. From what I remember, they it was really fun. I used to play a lot of it.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a little bit leaning on the classic trope of mobile games that are way too filled with microtransactions stuff, but hey, which free-to-play game nowadays doesn't have that?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I noticed they released it free-to-play. On the update, they released a skin based on a content creator by the name of Maximilian, dude.
Yeah.
They just put,
he did a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom stuff.
Yeah, he does a lot of fighting game stuff in general, so... That's
cool.
They released a skin of him in the game, and honestly, it looks really good. You bring the free-to-play side of the game up to shine with a big streamer to promote it and stuff. That was cool. But yeah, I wonder if it's still like on, like the servers are still up and stuff. Because I haven't touched that game in like a minute. It's been a few months, if not almost a year, since they went free to play.
Taking a look at it, I think it's still good.
Okay, it's still up. Yeah, I haven't played much of it because I actually just got distracted and I lost interest after like a few matches of it. Like it gets pretty repetitive if you don't have too many characters to try out or don't click with you. I think I just had one character that basically just transformed into a giant monster that grabs people up and beats the crap out of them. Yeah,
I think I found a character I really liked. I got a cool skin for her, and then I just started playing a lot of it because I actually really liked that battle royale. I just really enjoyed the melee combat, so it really picked up for me.
Yeah,
and it was just really easy to fall in love with.
Yeah, I believe it because I tried out all the different types of weapons you can get on the ground and the melee combat itself. It was super fun. The ranged weapons are not very good, which is a good thing for a battle royale like this. Like, you cannot depend on cannons, crossbows, and stuff like that unless you have a ranged spear or something like that. It's not going to work, and I like it. I like that a lot.
Yeah, some of the melee weapons are fun to use though, or like some of the ranged weapons are really fun. Like I remember the musket is cool when you get like a bunch of headshots and then you start like really popping off. Yeah. Cannon's also really good, not for any like skilled gameplay. You just kind of shoot it into big groups of people, like when you're up in a tree hanging out with the grapple hook.
Yeah,
and you just start raining down cannonballs on people and they don't know where it's coming from. It's super fun.
Yeah, that sounds really fun to do. If you find a big group of people to do so, yeah, that sounds super fun. They're in the middle of an intense melee fight and you just shoot a cannonball in the middle of that and boom, both of them out.
Dodge, idiots!
Oh, that's so bullshit, but it's also it's also fair because it's a battle royale. You get third-parted a lot on games like that.
Yeah, I don't really. So third-partying is annoying as a concept, but it's like that's the point of the game, you know?
Yeah, like
if you wanted duels, play For Honor.
Yeah, if you want a 1v1 melee oriented type of like game like Naraka, but it's just 1v1s, yeah, For Honor is the way to go.
Yeah. But if you're in a battle royale, that's the fun of it. It's all these different kinds of play styles. Like there's of course those people who want those honorable duels, but then there'll be the little rats hiding in trees shooting people with bows and arrows as they get super weak after a really hard honorable duel. And that's like the fun of those kinds of games, is just the sheer amount of play styles and strategies that people utilize to win. And I think that's what made the genre so popular in the first place.
Plus, people waiting for the moment to kill someone else, that has been a thing since the early days of fucking Call of Duty, dude. Camping has been a thing from the very beginning.
Camping. And see, that's one of the reasons why I enjoy the storm system, or like the sectors getting smaller, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
is because it
that
prevents camping to a certain extent.
Yeah, that makes people...
It makes it more interesting, at the least.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, you never know where the circle is going to close out on, and you need to pack it up or just try to find a place to loot out before everything goes down. Because you never know when a fight is going to start or where you're getting into a fight. So, yeah. When it comes to Naraka specifically, I like that you cannot depend on high ground at all for it. Because everybody just can Spider-Man their way out of you and get you out of there.
Yep. The grapple hook in that game is so fun.
The grapple hook and the climbing is super fun, yeah. They actually made the traversal of a map super enjoyable. Holy shit.
Oh, they had a Nier collaboration and I missed. That sucks.
Wow.
Speaking of the Nier collab,
there is a lot of Nier collaborations on fighting games. Now that I think about it, like
there's just I think Nier is one of the most collabed with properties.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, I don't even think that's a made up statistic. I just think that's true. Nier most collabs.
Yeah, they recently got another one with Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising.
Oh yeah,
that's a fighting game character again. Like it's the second time. It's actually really cool.
Wait, Rainbow Six Siege has a 2B skin?
Yeah, that's an old one too.
That's crazy.
That's not the craziest one, which is funny. Like, you have 2B, Master Chief, Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza, and what else? There was another one. I don't remember. Anyway, it has a bunch of crazy collabs. Oh, right, Rick and Morty too.
So this is an old list from 2022.
Okay.
Total collaborations 24.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's everything from Babylon's Fall to, let's see what's the weirdest one I can find here. New State Mobile. I don't even know what that is, but apparently 2B's there.
Wow, they just want... There is... I remember reading something about it, but I don't remember the source. That the reason why they collab everything with 2B is because it's supposedly canon to the Nier lore or something like that.
Huh.
I'm not sure. But that would make a little bit more sense, I guess.
You know, this list doesn't even include Rainbow Six Siege. So maybe it's probably missing a ton of them.
Probably. I'm guessing.
Wild.
I'm guessing
That's
it's
so
because
crazy.
it's. You said it's 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was a 2023 thing. I might not be remembering correctly because I started playing back Siege at the middle of the year, and that skin was a thing like already in the game.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, wild. So Grand Blue Fantasy, Goddess of Victory, Naraka Blade Point, Octopath Traveler.
Octopath Traveler? What the hell? Wow.
Rainbow Six, that was November 21st, 2022.
Oh.
Persona.
Yeah, Persona? Wait, Persona 5?
Didn't...
What?
So, okay. Characters from Persona 5 Royal appear in Nier Reincarnation.
Oh.
So that was Yeah, that
That's
was
a
a collab
collab.
with Persona.
Right, that's a
But-
Persona collab on Nier, not Nier on
Yeah.
Persona. Gotcha.
PUBG,
PUBG.
Fall Guys. I forgot about Fall
Yeah,
Guys.
the Fall Guys is really cute. Have to
Wait, Dead Cells, a painting of 2B and 9S from Nier Automata can be found in Dead Cells. That's wild.
Ooh, that's I actually need to check on that.
Just find a painting of 2B,
Yeah.
frame it. Dragon Quest. Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter too. Wow. Gravity Rush. That's wild. That's so wild. That's so
Yeah.
much stuff.
There is 2B everywhere.
And we're glad for it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
More 2B, the more 2B, the better.
Yep. The more the merrier, they say.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm still surprised that you can actually use 2B to fight Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah, in Soul Calibur.
And Soul
Yeah.
Calibur. Also, the skin for 2B on Rainbow Six, it looks fine on the outside perspective. When you close in on the camera, you can see the issues.
Oh,
because they like to...
Is it just derpy?
No, it's of the characters themselves. The characters on Rainbow Six are all like grown up adults. And when you put an anime character or a character that it's on a completely different art style on Rainbow Six, it looks like an old woman doing cosplay.
Oh no!
Just if you close up, the rest of the body is fine, but the face is the problem. You can tell if you check on Rainbow Six collaborations, you can see the best example of this on the Street Fighter collaboration.
God damn.
The Street Fighter 6 collaboration goes hard on that idea. There are skins that you don't notice that much with the Rick and Morty skin and the Master Chief skin. Because, well, Master Chief has a helmet and the Rick and Morty are masks, supposedly masks. So, in that case, either way, they are horrible. But they play out the cosplay aspect of the game really, really well. It's super weird seeing just Street Fighter 6 Ryu with a gun, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Speaking of,
Yeah.
what's it called? Fortnite. When it comes to collaborations, I don't think there's a single game that like
That has the most of it, yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, and it has like wild stuff, you know, like Ryu with a gun is crazy, but then it also has just I think the craziest one is that a character from one of my favorite book series is in Fortnite and nobody knows who he is. But
Wow.
he's just in the game and I'm just like, huh.
I mean, yeah. Fortnite.
That's a little wild.
I think it was thanks to Fortnite. You don't quote me on this, but I think it's thanks to Fortnite that we started to get crazier and crazier collaborations on other games. I think it's thanks to them.
I definitely think that's true. Everyone else kind of saw that it was okay. Like,
yeah.
I started playing Smite recently,
Yeah.
or again recently, and that one has some weird collaborations.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you saw the Bishojo one, but have you seen the Nicktoons one?
Nicktoons, Avatar specifically, they have
Nibrod?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What is the name of this band? Nibrod, or something like that? This heavy metal rock band?
Slipknot.
Yeah, Slipknot. That one. They had also a collaboration there.
Ruby. It's just
Fucking
weird collaborations.
And they don't look bad. They look really, really well done. Like, they fit.
Yeah. G.I. Joe was cool too.
Fucking
But yeah, they
G.I.
have
Joe.
some wild stuff just randomly in there. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
Now,
I can't complain.
look,
It's just really neat.
I wonder what it's going to happen when they release Smite 2. Like, are they going to translate all of that to Smite 2, or they are going to keep both games alive, or how is it going to work? Because that's a lot of skins that people might like to keep on the next game. I don't know how that's going to work, but anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Love me some appreciation for mythology and games myself.
Yeah. Smite's interesting. I'm excited for the sequel. I think it'll be good. Especially because I didn't invest too much time in the first game. So I don't feel too bad about, like, all my time and skins are gone. Which is a valid concern, honestly.
Yeah,
but luckily, I don't gotta feel that, because I'm just gonna be like, ooh, cool, new game.
I haven't even played the OG Smite, so I have nothing to lose. Ha!
Oh yeah, you should definitely give it a shot when the second game comes out.
Oh, hell yeah, I will.
I think you'd enjoy it.
I mean, I tell this story a lot on this show, but I'm a former League of Legends player, so MOBAs are not a new thing to me, so I might give it a shot.
League of Legends.
Yeah. I'm being tempted a lot recently to give it another shot, honestly. The amount of things they're putting out, like content-wise, outside of the game, my god, it's all good. Like, I'm a big, like, lore fanatic for when it comes to League of Legends. I actually adore the stories they can tell with these characters.
Did you see the new cinematic?
Still here. Yes, I saw it.
Yeah. Hells yeah.
Ooh, that cinematic.
Old man Yasuo. Old man Yasuo was so cool.
That's actually a skin coming up too, which is
no
great.
way.
Yeah, they added it to PvE.
All right, that's 100% the skin I'm gonna be using for Yasuo from now on, because that's awesome.
That might be
old man Yasuo.
If not the best, the second best Yasuo skin outside of like Odyssey.
You think Odyssey is the best Yasuo skin?
Yeah, they made him Kakashi, but instead of reading like questionable novels, he's reading romantic novels.
Everybody knows actually questionable novels.
Yeah. Like, everybody knows our Jiraiya stuff though, so who gives?
I'm trying to think. What's my favorite Yasuo skin? Actually, I do have League open. Let's see. Yasuo has
really good ones.
Yasuo has a bunch of skins at this point.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the one I use is the other one that makes him look like an old man.
Which one was
Ironically enough. Here we go. It is called the Ink Shadow one.
Oh, Ink Shadow.
Yeah, it gives him white hair, white beard, and like green and black are the main colors, and I really vibed with it.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. But the old man Yasuo, like traditional Japanese old samurai, sounds really interesting.
It just hits different. It hits in a way that other stuff just doesn't really match.
Also, I would love to see that Tryndamere and Ashe design on League. Like, those models, those two specifically, are really old models. That
it gets me excited for the potential MMO.
Oh, the MMO, the fighting game, please give me that.
Yeah. It's so cool. It's so cool.
My god. They already have two characters that I want to try it out on the fighting game too, which is cool. Like, they have Yasuo, Echo, and Illaoi on there. I want to try them all three.
Yasuo, I just want Yasuo and Set.
Oh,
I just want Yasuo and Set. That'd be my dream team. Those are the two characters. I absolutely would just be so happy if they were included.
I will also take a Warwick on there. Just to keep
Warwick would be pretty sick.
Yeah, Warwick. Maybe a team of Bai and Warwick, just big punches and big claws. Oh, sounds so fun. and the approach and the fact that they got the fathers of rollback netcodes to make that shit insane. It's going to be a really good game. I just hope it's not so much of a long wait. I'm already seeing that game being either released or close to released on next year, on 2025.
Hopefully we get some sort of playtest this year, though. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I will absolutely take an open beta or a closed beta at that, because they say the game is going to be free to play. Like, from the get-go, that game is going free to play.
That's pretty cool.
For a fighting game,
I don't think there's
great.
Yeah, I don't think there's many fighting games that are free to play.
Okay, let's see. I have a few on my head. Like, Fantasy Strike is one of them. Then you have Killer Instinct, which is also a free-to-play game that you can get now on Steam and on the Microsoft Store. Then you have Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, which is another one. And pretty much that's it, unless you want to count out the Fightcade, which is basically every single arcade fighting game you can ever think of for free.
Oh, that's neat. That's
online.
Neat.
But yeah, the people say that's the optimal way to play fighting games from the arcade era online. But hey, what do I know? Okay. I think we have a pretty good time here. Do you have anyone on your end you want to rate? I usually let the guests decide the rate target.
Let's see. Huh. I don't know off the top of my head. Like, I'm checking. We could raid. Well, she's a Spanish-speaking one.
I mean, I speak Spanish too, but not regularly on stream. Or at least not as
we could raid. I haven't raided Kokoro in a long time.
Sure, why not?
I'll send you the link.
Alright.
She's playing Nier Automata, which is why I was like, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, why not? Kokoro Wiz. Alright. Why not?
Oh, doing one of the bosses in Nier. Sweet.
Alright. I'll be sending the raid on the end screen. But yeah. Thank you for being here with me, Scully. It was super fun to have you here.
Yeah, no problem. It's a really good time to just hang out.
Yeah, I love doing this. Like, it's always nice to just chill out and chat with other people nerd about video games. It's just the best. But yeah, keep an eye out on Scully's socials over here. Like, let me just give it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can follow Scully on his socials. Every social he has is on the about page on his Twitch channel. So please give it a follow and be prepared, because the art over there, it's spicy, but it's really good. It's a fair warning from one friend to the other.
Yeah, I draw some spicy stuff on Twitter, but everywhere else is okay, except for Twitch, where I also draw said spicy stuff.
Hey, if the TOS allow it, go for it, man. Nobody's going to stop you. But yeah, outside of that, thank you everybody for being here today, and be seeing you guys next week. And please be sure to follow me on socials, so you stay tuned for more announcements coming up soon. Outside of that, be seeing you guys later. Bye.
Bye.